Hello there and welcome to CoreTV News on the Hour with me, Sabena Izuku. 20 persons, including a female suicide bomber, were killed in a major market in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, after an attack by the suspected Boko Haram sect member on Saturday. The blast also injured 18, according to the police public relations officer of the Borno State Police Command, Gideon Jubrin. The incident, he added, occurred at about 12:30 p.m. at a section of the Monday market. The market has become a target of the Boko Haram female suicide bomber, as the Saturday bombing marked the third time that the market will be attacked in the last 3 months. The death toll may, however, be higher, as aid and emergency agency workers were still busy evacuating the dead and the injured from the scene of the attack. The spokesman for the National Emergency Management Authority, Abdul Kadir Ibrahim, said workers from the agency were at the market to render assistance but declined to give the casualty figure. The attack was at the Yenkaji area of the market where chickens are sold. The defense headquarters says Nigerian troops have foiled Friday night's attempt by Boko Haram to capture Damaturu, capital of Yobe State. The terror group had attempted to capture the city in December, but Nigerian troops beat them back. According to the defense headquarters, which announced the successful operation on Saturday through its Twitter handle @DefenseInfoNG, Boko Haram militants launched multiple attacks on the city, but soldiers on the ground warded them off. The terrorists launched massive attacks from different angles Friday night. Weapons including improvised explosive devices and rocket-propelled grenade launchers were captured, according to the defense headquarters. It added that while the number of dead terrorists and civilian casualties was still being compiled, it could confirm that 5 fatally wounded soldiers are being treated. Soldiers on the walls of the defense headquarters have reinforced the town of Damaturu as pursuit of fleeing terrorists is ongoing. The All Progressive Congress presidential campaign has asked President Goodluck Jonathan to address the nation on the massacre in Baga town, which the Amnesty International has described as the single most deadly incident since the unfortunate insurgency started in the country. A statement from the Directorate of Media and Publicity of the APC presidential campaign on Saturday said the PDP had dwelt so much on the issue of academic certificates of candidate Muhammadu Buhari, while there are more pressing issues for the government controlled by the party to address. The statement added that while the PDP government has failed in its duty and responsibilities to the citizens and the nation, the party has intensified efforts to pull wool over the eyes of Nigerians. It also claimed a leading member of the party, the Governor Babangida Aliyu of Niger State, a few days ago, informed Nigerians that in politics you must tell lies and called on Nigerians to take their cue from there. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo set aside his differences with President Goodluck Jonathan on Saturday to attend the wedding of his foster daughter, Ine Bararapu, and her husband, Simon, at the National Christian Center, Abuja. The General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Enoch Adeboye, was also at the event. Obasanjo arrived at the center with Andy Uba, a senator and his former aide on domestic affairs. He received a resounding applause from the congregation when he was introduced during the service. Jonathan also especially acknowledged Obasanjo's presence in his vote of thanks. Obasanjo has been very critical of Jonathan in the last 1 year and is believed to be aligned to the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Muhammadu Buhari, ahead of the 2015 general elections. Apart from writing a very critical open letter to Jonathan last year, Obasanjo also came down heavily on Jonathan in his memos, My Watch. Barely 48 hours after President Goodluck Jonathan flagged off his re-election bid, 2 buses branded for his campaign were burnt down on Saturday by irate youths in Jos, North Local Government area of Plateau State. CoreTV News gathered that the incident occurred around Bauchi Road area, where it's predominantly dominated by Hausa and Fulanis. Our correspondent gathered that the buses were heading to Bauchi State for use by the PDP chapter in the state, where they were stopped, seized and set ablaze by youths alleged to be supporters of the APC presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari. The incident also coincided with the return of the state's PDP governorship candidate for the rally in Lagos. Now, the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari on Saturday promised to end the spate of insurgency, insecurity, and revolutionize the economy if elected president in February election. Buhari spoke at the rally held at the Emma News House, Oka, where he addressed the people of Anambra State as part of a national campaign tour. He said he would improve public power supply to boost investment. Opportunities in places like Onitsha and Inewi that form the bedrock of the economy of the southeast.
We intend, as a party, firstly to secure the country and then efficiently manage it. For the majority of you here, we have to quickly go back and empower agriculture, fishing, and then to make sure that the institutions, the educational institutions, are once more up to standard. There are classrooms, there are equipment, and there are qualified teachers. We also intend to make sure that the infrastructure is improved dramatically, especially power.
Imo State Governor Rokas Okorocha, who also addressed the rally, debunked the insinuation by some Buhari's opponents that he planned to make Islam a state religion when he becomes president.
This nation vote for us. We have searched around, we look up, we look down, we look sideways. We are looking for who can help our nation. Now, the way we chose our candidate and why we decided as Southeast to support the candidate is by checking off a track record. Today we have reviewed all the presidential candidates and we have found out there's one man amongst them who is distinguished in both conduct and character. A man of vision. A man whose name is synonymous with war against indiscipline. A man whose name is synonymous with fighting corruption. Let me say something about this man. General Buhari has no relationship with me. Neither does he have any relationship with most Nigerians. But one thing that unites us with General Buhari is the cause of the common man. It's the cause of the poor people. Now, let me tell you, I hear political propaganda that General Buhari would Islamize Igbos, Christians. Let me remind all of you, this man standing here was once a military general. He was a military head of state. He was one that wore the decorated with the laurels of a general. He had a decree in his hand, he had the powers in his hand. There was no day he Islamized Nigeria as head of state. If he cannot do it then, as a military head of state, is now under democracy, with National Assembly, House of Assembly, with Ngige, with Obonan, with Rochas. He will Islamize us.
Buhari was accompanied by Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi, the National Chairman of the IEPC, Chief John Oyegun, former Ekiti State Governor, Chief Shegu Oni, and former Abia State Governor Obonaya Ono. APC presidential candidate was a day before in Abia State, also in the southeast, to continue his nationwide campaign. Buhari, who was welcomed to Abia commercial hub of the Aba township by a large crowd of party supporters and chieftains, hails the entrepreneurship spirit of Igbo nation and promised that his government will provide an enabling environment if voted into power.
Aba in particular, this zone of Southeast in general, infrastructure in forms of power is absolutely necessary. You are known as an industrial hub of this country. The entrepreneurship of the Igbo nation is not in doubt, not only in Nigeria, but even outside Nigeria. To strengthen this is to make sure the government facilitate for the entrepreneurs in Aba to have constant, effective power, other communication, roads, drainage, control of erosion.
Also vowed to improve the lots of farmers in the southeast region through massive backing by the federal government as part of enhancing the nation's food sufficiency.
If we empower the farmers, we will import less rice because you are extremely hardworking. And whatever the federal government will do possible to empower you with capital and expertise and assured market, the government will do that because you are capable of paying back and improving on the investments. The main concern of APC is to make sure that there are no idle, capable, able-bodied person roaming the streets and becoming touts instead of productive citizens.
The president of the Evangelical Church Winning All ECWA, Jeremiah Gado, on Saturday called on the Enugu-based Catholic Church priest Ejike Mbaka to restrain himself from being a prophet of doom. Speaking with journalists in Kaduna State shortly after the inauguration of newly elected officials of the ECWA, Kaduna State Central District Church Council, Gado said God is never interested in bloodshed, and as such, men of God should strive to be prophets of hope over the general elections and over other national issues. He prayed that what Mbaka said does not come to be true, because God is not interested in bloodshed. Turning to members of the political class, the clergyman warned that they should not attempt to manipulate the will of the people in the February elections. It will be recalled that Mbaka had recently dismissed the possibility of President Goodluck Jonathan emerging winner in the forthcoming presidential election. He also quoted to have said that even if Jonathan is elected, the country would be in turmoil. We'll just take another break, and when we return, there'll be more stories for you. Just stay with us.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emoten of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical. Women being so powerful, yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News.
It's good to have you back. For more stories, you can reach us on our social media platform, and that's on facebook.com/CoreTV News. And on Twitter, @CoreTV News NG. On our YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV_space in the news. The dust raised by the assassination attempt on the factional speaker and the leader of the APC lawmakers in Ekiti State House of Assembly, Adewale Omiri, is yet to settle. In a new twist, the APC lawmakers accused the State Commissioner of Police of taking sides with Governor Ayodele Fayose to ignore petitions sent to him. The APC lawmakers also accused Fayose of stopping their salaries and using the police to protect their PDP colleagues. The governor and the police, however, denied the accusation in this report by Rashid.
Stemming from the drama that followed the assassination attempt on the life of Omiri, other APC lawmakers of the House have come out to accuse Fayose of using security apparatus in the state to harass them. The governor's spokesperson, Ido Wadelusi, however, described the APC lawmakers as jokers.
Fayose told us in the last meeting that we had with him that if he decides to support those 7 that day, that 7 would turn out to become the majority with the support of the police and army and every power that he has. And that is what we are currently witnessing.
It is not true. The governor had only appealed to them to cooperate with him in the interest of Ekiti State.
The APC lawmakers also accused the Ekiti State Police Commissioner Taiwo Lakanu of complicity by sweeping their petitions under the carpet, an accusation denied by the state police boss.
You will write, you will send it to me from whether from Lagos or Sokoto, you want me to investigate, and you will not complain that your matters are not being investigated. It's wrong.
He claimed to have rescued the Speaker of the Ekiti State House of Assembly. Why did the Commissioner of Police bring out that particular petition for discussion between him and the Speaker?
Lakanu takes a swipe at the APC lawmakers for rebuffing all offers of protection by the police, as well as moves to come and defend their petitions. The APC lawmakers, however, disagreed with the state police commissioner.
We have written to him, and we strongly believe that the only thing he's supposed to do is just to go there and dislodge this element.
Those who are away, it's not my problem. Some of them will write petitions from wherever they are, and they expect me to investigate. The petitions are not collected that way.
We have always been in Ado-Ekiti, and we will continue to be in Ado-Ekiti. But what they want to achieve, we are not going to give it to them.
Beyond this, the APC lawmakers and Fayoshe are also at loggerheads over their unpaid salaries.
Now that I'm talking to you, honorable members have not been collecting salaries from the APC, 19 of us. The Accountant has actually instructed all the banks to peg our individual salary in account.
The governor could not have stopped their salary. We have the House of Assembly Service Commission. So whatever that has to do with their salary should be directed to the House of Assembly Commission.
The APC appears not ready to budge.
Honorable Speaker, give this undertaking, apologizing to Governor Fayoshe. Let them publish that undertaking that the Right Honorable Speaker signed. Even if shifts come to shove, we will walk to that house and say, okay, Olubemi, you are claiming that you are the Speaker, and we have our own Speaker. Put yourself up for election on the floor of the House. And there and then the issue will be decided. That is one thing again they are running away from.
The crisis rocking the Ekiti State House of Assembly may not end anytime soon, going by the new development. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado-Ekiti.
The Federal Polytechnic in Ado-Ekiti protest embarked upon by the amalgamated union seeking removal of the rector, Theresa Akonde, has taken a new twist with polarization in the rank of the workers. The newly recruited staff accused the workers' union of plot to sack them. Here again is Rashid with more on this protest.
The protest is the second of its kind in the last 1 week. The workers of the Polytechnic have again refused to drop their demands, among which is the removal of the rector, and this time they employ spiritual means. However, the rank of the workers appears divided as they are no longer united. Those who identified themselves as new staff have pulled out, citing various reasons as they lock hands with the union leaders.
Instead of management sitting down with unions and organizing how to settle the system, they are looking for a way of dividing it. Please forget those forms. They have caused crisis already.
Not only is the management working, but the union people are trying to destabilize we new staff because they are saying that we are part of the problem, that we are part of the problem that is happening in the school.
They are particularly worried about their employment status.
Of the community and the union and the people to be happy about the progress of the institution, the progress of the community, the progress and the welfare of other people. They were saying that it is because of the overemployment. How can a reasonable somebody come to tell me that because I was employed, that is why I'm having problems?
I'm saying it now before everybody, that if management tries to retrench a single person employed legally, we will fight to the last.
As it stands, the unions and the new staff are ready to protect their interests in their own way.
These are the mediocres that cannot stand outside when they leave this door. That is why they become subject obedience to the power that be. Many of them cannot
defenders and inmates outside the shop.
My appeal to the union leaders is for them to please find a cordial way to resolve this problem and to make sure that the problem is, brought to an end.
And with the new twist to the development, the crisis may linger for some time to come. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
The coalition of Edo civil society has appealed to both the state government and the management of the University of Benin to seek amicable solution to the face-off. There's more on this after the break. Do stay with us.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digi360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back. A coalition of the Edo civil society has appealed to both the state government and the management of the University of Benin to seek amicable solution to the face-off involving the two rather than allow it to degenerate. There's more. Let's have a listen.
Members of the civil society organizations converged on the secretariat while they sang the usual protest songs to uplift morals and send signals to government and the management of the University of Benin that they are disturbed over issues that could have been avoided on a round table. They were dismayed at what played out when the governor had to use thugs and the security men to unleash terror. Determined to pass a message, they called on the governor to tender unresolved apology to those assaulted.
This is the most lawless thing I've ever seen in my life. The cases are in court. It's not be finalized and somebody's taking the law into his hand. But a chief security of the state is supposed to be carrying talks about we have clapping hands and jubilating that everything is all right. There were 2,000 talks, 2,000 of them. The painful aspect of it, they were escorted by police.
Omobude, while addressing journalists, berates the state government over the action, just as he urged the staff and students of Uniben to desist from destruction of government-owned properties.
The then government of Samuel Ogbamudia transferred to University of Benin, where the institution was established. They are now becoming, in fact, it has become a subject of litigation between the university and the government of Edo State. As I speak to you now, we have credible evidence that those properties have been shared among top officials of government and their associates.
The development may have calmed frayed nerves, even though some appear unsatisfied.
And outside Nigeria, some 500 extra troops are being deployed around Paris after 3 days of terror in the French capital, which killed 17 people. Interior Minister Bernard Cazeneuve says all necessary measures were being taken to protect the country. Police in France are hunting for any accomplice of 3 gunmen killed by police on Friday after 2 sieges. Cazeneuve confirmed about 700,000 people have taken part in marches across France to remember the victims and that France would remain on its highest rates of alert for the next few weeks. He also promised exceptional measures for a massive unity march in Paris on Sunday, including more than 5,000 police and military personnel. Those set to attend the rally include UK Prime Minister David Cameron, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, Turkish Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoglu, Spanish Prime Minister Mario Rajoy, and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Some protesters held banners that read, "I am against racism, unite or I am Charlie," in reference to Charlie Hebdo, the satirical magazine whose officers were attacked on Wednesday. And that's it on the news on the hour. To join us at the top of the hour for more. I am Sabani Sokuda. Thank you very much for watching.